Welcome to Appy Hour. Maybe thinking. There we go. Hi, welcome to Appy Hour. We'll just give folks a couple of minutes to come in. All right. Give folks just a few more minutes. You may notice that this is a different voice on Appy Hour today. My name is Anne. I'm a technology trainer. I'll talk a little bit more as we get into it. But today we are going to take a look at some free TV and movie app options. We'll just wait a couple more minutes. So all of the apps that we will discuss today are completely free. One option, the very last one we'll talk about, there is an option to pay a little bit more and get more content, but we'll talk about that when we get to it. And as always, you can always comment your questions. There's that comment section over on the side. You can drop a comment. I'll try and keep an eye on it. No guarantee I'll see it at the moment, but I'll circle back around at the very end, and we'll be able to answer any of your questions. All right, looks like we've got a good size audience today. All right. So, welcome to Appy Hour with Heights Libraries. This is a program that we've been putting on every couple of weeks since the library's been closed, focusing on smartphone apps, things that you can install on a smartphone or on a tablet, often for free, that help entertain you while you're at home, while you're social distancing. And today we're talking about some free TV and movie apps. So if you've gone through your whole Netflix queue, you don't have Netflix, you're looking for free options, we've got a whole bunch of them to talk about today. Now, as I mentioned right at the beginning as we were getting started, if you've watched some of our Appy Hours in the past, I'm different than who's normally been running them. That's been my coworker Jackie. My name is Anne. I'm a technology trainer with Heights Libraries. And if you've taken our classes in the past when we were open, I may have seen you around. And what we're taking a look at today are apps that are available both in the Apple App Store. So if you have an iOS device, so an iPhone or an iPad, you will have access to these. Let's see if my screen will catch up. The same is also true with Android devices. So if you have a Samsung phone or you have, what else, a Google Pixel, you would be able to install these apps through the Google Play Store as well. We'll see if mine will catch up. So what we are taking a look at today are free TV and movie options as well. So let's see. Let's see if it'll catch up. There we go. So our free TV options, one thing to note with this is there are going to be ads. That's part of the reason that they are free, is that they have ads included in them, just like when you're watching TV. There also are some limited options. You won't find everything you find on Netflix or on Hulu on these free apps, but it's just a way to widen the amount of stuff that's available, especially if you're not able to come here to the library and browse or go to the movies and be entertained that way. And while this is Appy Hour, all of these different options that we'll take a look at also have a website that you can visit if you prefer to look at things on a larger screen, on your computer screen. And you can also access them through streaming devices, things like Roku's or Fire TV sticks or Apple TV. All of those options are available with all of the different services we'll talk about. And finally, one thing to note, and this is true about paid streaming services as well, but content, the videos that you're going to be able to watch, they are going to change regularly. So just because something is on there right now doesn't mean it's going to be on there in the next couple of weeks. And things may be available on multiple platforms as well. So when I was looking through all of these different options, I think the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie was available on almost every one of these services. So don't be surprised if you try a couple of them out and you see the same content over and over again. There also are unique things on each one of these services too. Now, the first one that we will take a look at is Sony Crackle. And as the name implies, of course, this is going to be movies, TV shows, and even some original content, things that only are available on this particular streaming service, original programming just through Crackle. So this does have an app. There we go. Now my slides are changing, which I have on this particular slide. These are all on demand, so you can start and stop them whenever you want. You don't have to tune in at a specific time. And while it is listed as channels here, the In a World channel, comedy channel, thriller channel, these are really more categories than anything else. So if you're looking for comedy, that's kind of the category that you'll look in. Now our next option is IMDb TV. So this is content that is straight from IMDb, which is a great resource. It's the Internet Movie Database. And you can look up movies and actors and everything on this particular website, but they also have a streaming service that's actually built right in. So a lot of shows or movies, if you go to their page, you'll see a watch on IMDb TV, and you're able to actually start watching. You don't have to come to the library, place a hold, you don't have to search for it on Netflix, it'll be right there. One thing to note with IMDb is it is owned by Amazon, so that means it's only going to work on the Fire TV streaming devices if you're trying to get it onto your TV. It does still work on your smartphones, regardless of if it's an iOS device or an Android device. Still works on your computer. This is also one of, I think, 2 of the services that requires you to have an account in order to start watching. So you need to type in an email address and a password in order to actually start watching things with IMDb TV, even if you're in the app. Now our next option once my slides decide to change, is Pluto TV. And Pluto TV is a little bit unique in that it basically replicates channel surfing, but for free. So they have over 250 channels, which are essentially back-to-back episodes of shows or movies within the same sort of genre. There's a channel for, so we can see on my slide, there's a channel for Star Trek. So if you want to just watch whatever Star Trek episode is there and keep watching for as long as you want, there's that option. There also are separate channels for things like This Old House, Doctor Who classic episodes. They all have their own dedicated channels. If you prefer to watch things right at that moment, not kind of jumping into the middle of an episode, they do have on-demand options too. So that's where you can pick an episode, press play, and you start from the beginning. You're not coming in somewhere in the middle. Now our next option might be familiar for folks who have a TV streaming device at home. That's because it's the big name in that, which is Roku, the Roku channel. This is accessible not just on Roku devices, but on your smartphone or on your computer as well. So this includes some live channels. Things like ABC News are actually airing live. But you also have a rotating list of movies and TV shows that are included in this as well. Like I mentioned, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles seems to show up on all of these different streaming services, so don't be surprised if you see that. One thing to note with Roku is there are premium subscriptions mixed in. So don't be surprised if you click on something and it says, wait, you need to subscribe to this service. That's not uncommon with Roku. Our next service is one with kind of a weird name. It's Tubi, so T-U-B-I if you're searching it on the App Store or on the Play Store. And this kind of similar to Crackle in that Crackle's pulling from all sorts of Sony movies and TV shows. Tubi is pulling from the catalog of Paramount, Lionsgate, and MGM as well. They have done some pretty smart marketing in their categories. They have a not on Netflix category. So if it's something that just isn't accessible on Netflix, but it is available on Tubi, it'll show up in that category. They have options for only free on Tubi. This is the only place you can watch it. And they also have some like classic channels, Western channels, so you can really find stuff that might not exist on Netflix or might just be harder to find. Then our final service, and one of the reasons that I wanted to do this particular set of apps is Peacock. Peacock is a streaming service. It just came out from NBC. I think they officially released it on the 15th, so we're about a week out from that. So this is the home for all of NBC's shows. So things like 30 Rock. They also have a collection of movies and other TV shows. So Downton Abbey is available on NBC. Parks and Rec is available here as well. So you can certainly check that out if you like NBC shows. Peacock is free. It does include ads, but there's also a premium option as well. You won't see everything that's listed in the app for free. If there's a little purple feather in the corner, that indicates that it's a premium option. You would have to pay for it. That starts at about $5 a month. You can go up to $10 a month if you don't want ads while you're watching. And this is another one that does require an account to start watching. It's completely free to sign up. you can certainly check it out. But don't be surprised that you need an email address and a password. This also has channels as well, so kind of groupings of things together by show or by topic, but you can also choose just individual shows as well. And this includes things like Downton Abbey, like I mentioned, Battlestar Galactica, classic NBC shows are all available here as well. So that is pretty much what I have for us today. It's a lot of different options, a lot of places for you to stay entertained as we're staying at home, especially if money's a little bit tight, you want to see what sort of free options there are out there, or you just want to see what's beyond Netflix and Hulu and the streaming services you already have access to. So I'll hang on for a few more minutes. And if anyone has any questions, you can just jot those down in the comment box. Anything about the free TV and movie apps that we've taken a look at. So things like Crackle, IMDb TV, which is a lot of letters altogether. Pluto TV, so that's that channel surfing option. Roku, not just the streaming device that you plug into your TV, they have a free channel as well. Tubi, and our newcomer Peacock too. All right. I'm not seeing any questions at the moment, but you can feel free to comment them if anything's come up. You can feel free, of course, to try out all of these apps. They're all available on the App Store, on Apple devices, and the Google Play Store on Android devices as well. All right. So I think I will close things out, and you can always rewatch this particular Facebook Live on the library's Facebook page. So if you want to go back to it later, if you want to remember what I actually mentioned, if you want to share it with other folks, you can absolutely do that. So we'll see you in a couple of weeks with our next Appy Hour.